A big push in Drupal's redesign for version 7 was to make it easier for beginners to administer. One part of that is the dashboard, a home page for administrative tools. Like the shortcut bar, that's the gray thing right here, you can change what it contains, but to a much, much greater degree. To go to it, simply click Dashboard up here. Right now our dashboard doesn't show very much since we haven't added any content to the site. If we had, every time something new was added to the site, it would come to the top of this list here in Recent Content. On the dashboard we can, however, search for content on our site, or see who's new. Again, as we added users, they would appear in this block. The most interesting thing about the dashboard is how you can change it to your will. To do so, click Customize Dashboard. And you see you have two additional blocks that can be dragged into these areas, either the wide left column or the narrower right one. So let's see who's online right next to who's new, and recent comments underneath recent content. Now, since we haven't added users or comments, there won't be anything in there, but when we click Done, we can see that should we start adding content and users, they would show up here. When you customize, you can also change where those things show up within a column. Just drag and drop, and click Done. But before we go on, I want to mention something. All of these pieces that we're dragging around this dashboard area are what are called blocks, and you'll learn more about blocks in a video later in this course. Blocks are shared between the dashboard and the main Drupal site in a sort of unusual way. I'll quickly just click Done here, and then go back and customize and show you what I mean. All of the blocks on the site are listed in Structure and Blocks. As you can see, there are quite a few, and by the way, the main site has many more regions than you see on that dashboard page. Again, we'll come back to this later on in the course. But back to our dashboard. If you wanted to have more options than just the 5 blocks that you added here, click Customize Dashboard, and then either Add Other Blocks or Configuration Page. Both of those go to the same place. The dashboard has those two areas, which is Main and Sidebar, and then it has an inactive area. Those are the things that are sitting in that pen at the top of the page. Finally, there are Other Blocks. These are blocks shared between the dashboard and the main Drupal site. If you make something available to the dashboard, it stops being available on the main site. Drupal's developers decided to do this just to avoid some redundancy, so that you wouldn't have a management block both in the administrative interface with the overlay floating and on the main site. It's part of their push to keep the interface simple. Let's take the management block, for example, and move it up into the main area. So I just click this pop-down menu and go to Dashboard Main. And you see, it pops up there. Now before it actually goes there, we have to click Save at the bottom. Save Blocks. Now when we go back to the dashboard page, there it is, the entire management menu. By the same token, you could add a block by going up to Structure, Blocks, Add Block, and then make it available to the dashboard in the same way. Finally, if you don't like the dashboard at all, you can turn it off the same way you could with the toolbar or the shortcut bar. Just go up to Modules, scroll down to Dashboard, uncheck the box, scroll to the bottom, and click Save Configuration. I like it, so I'll leave it and just go back to my home page. This new dashboard is a big change for Drupal administrators. It really helps move Drupal from something that hardcore system administrators like to something that everyone can manage with just a few clicks. However, it does take a little bit of setting up to make the dashboard the way that you want it.